Coffee. We need coffee.
The sinner, would you be the preacher? Would you be my what's the done? I still got a lot of shit to learn.
What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a while since I've made one of my videos. Apologize for that. Been kind of sort of busy. Not really. Oops. Anyways, so this one's going to be more so of what it's really like to be a military spouse and what it can do to you, or not do to you, but how it can potentially affect you emotionally and mentally, but more so as being a male spouse. So being a male spouse compared to a female spouse, the standard, the typical spouse, the biggest thing is the community. If you're a woman, 90+% of your community are women. So if you have girl problems or problems in general, you call up Daisy or Stacy or, you know, Shaquan, whoever, and you guys have a sit down, a little powwow, and discuss whatever it is you want to discuss. Guys, granted, we don't share our feelings, so that just, it's off the books. But say if we want to have a game night or something, and we want to do some fun stuff, well, who do we call? Because I think I've ran into one guy here. One male spouse. And that was during my wife's wisdom teeth removal. I met him once. I've seen him on Facebook a few times before I got here, and then I met him once, and that was, I can't find him again. I have no idea, I can't remember what his name is, and he was nerdy as all get out, just like me, PC gamer in general. You know, heck, I don't care, just I want to, you know, hang out with people. But it is what it is. But I've actually been able to hang out with another spouse, female of course, and it's just, it's awkward. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, lie about that. To me personally, it's awkward. I'm not the kind of person to where I'm not a big fan of hanging out with the opposite gender. You know, being married, I just see that it's like, you know, me personally, I know what, you know, I can control myself, but it's like, how do I know that other military spouse is that kind of military spouse, if you know what I'm talking about, like the bender. So, you know, I don't like it, but I hung out with her a few times, just cool. I got used to her, and you know, we still only hang out every now and then, but it's mostly, you know, coffee or, you know, trip to the mall and stuff like that. Real basic stuff, but it's not the same as getting with the guys, which unfortunately is slim to none. Speaking of the bender word, I actually got banned from a Facebook page, the Kiesler spouse page here, and yes, I'm going to use names, maybe not people, but I'll use Facebook names. I'm going to call them out. I'm part of a few pages, like the one of the places in Germany where we're going, and the Kiesler Facebook page here. I did a little bit of a rant / joke on there about dependas. Heaven forbid you use that word. And most people thought it was funny. most people. And then the few that, that they slipped in the cracks, there was that one person that nitpicks, and there's the person that agrees with that person who's nitpicking, and then everyone else just gets in an uproar. Like, it got bad. It was ridiculous on how bad it got. And it wasn't necessarily towards me. Like, the worst segment I came across, like, you know how Facebook works, where like you can leave a comment and there's other comments, and then people can comment under your comment. Well, there's a whole little subcategory going off to the side of like 2 to 3 different women duking it out about being a stay-at-home mom, and just, oh my God, talking about hurting each other and all this stuff. It was just ridiculous. And I haven't really used Facebook a whole lot since we've gotten down here. It's just something I've been drifting away from, besides for family. But I did use it for the the base page, and when I did my little rant, and that blew up like no other, I got banned. No warning whatsoever, no message, no nothing, nothing at all. If someone would have said, "Hey, things are getting out of hand. We've muted your your post. We're gonna delete it. Warning, don't, try to start something like that again." Not like I purposely tried starting something like that. It was a little rant / joke that, it just blew up and people blew it out of proportion, but whatever. But no, the fact is that someone banned me completely, and the thing that sucks about it is that because it was the Facebook page specifically for Keesler, there's things that I've missed. Like, apparently there's been spouse groups and meetups that I could have attended, but because I'm banned, I can't get back on the page. I can't even see anything. I can't even find it again. And one of the moderators messaged me. He's like, it's okay because you can find the things you need on other pages. That might be true, but there weren't other pages like that page. There's similar ones, but the community of that page alone was it was huge. And it was helpful, and I even apologized for, I didn't apologize for what I posted. I apologized for how bad it got from other people, but it is what it is. So now I have to deal with all that fun stuff, and I honestly really don't care, because it's Facebook. I used it for that to, search for things I needed for the Keesler page, and I made that one post thinking it'd be funny. It wasn't funny, so. Oh well. In the end, what I'm trying to get at with that is, me being a male, I came across something relatively recent where a woman posted something similar, not the exact same thing, but very similar, on a different page that I'm a part of, but apparently there's no moderators. Someone was nagging me about that. There's no moderators on that page, so me getting banned was like, I'm not going to get banned from that one because there's no one monitoring it. But anyways, this woman posted like those pictures that you can copy and paste or share or whatnot, and it was just like a list. Are you a dependa? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Answer the questions. If you answer 2 or more, you're a dependa. If you've answered 2 or less, you're okay. If you've answered none or no to all, then you're good. You can go out in public. You should donate blood, to get rid of the other dependas, hopefully. And I thought that was hilarious. Maybe 15 or so comments came in, haha, he's the emojis of like people laughing and whatnot. Oh my gosh, this is so me, blah blah blah, this and that, or this is not me, whatever. Almost the same thing. Maybe, different context slightly, but the dependa word was used by a woman. No big deal. A guy uses it. Heaven forbid. You are the scum of the earth, and it's apparently I've already made a name for myself. Personally, I don't care. People have called me a keyboard warrior, saying that I won't say that to people's faces. One, I have that female spouse I've talked to and hung out with. No joke, every time we go to my wife's accountability on Sunday, if she's there, I go, "What's up, fellow dependa? How's it going?" And she just laughs. And no joke, her and I were talking about that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure either it was just coincidence or not, I don't know, But we were talking about like the pandas and whatnot, just talking, and this girl that had a child in a with stroller, puts her kid in the stroller and is just like, ugh, and pushes her away, and they walk away, and I'm like, whatever, it doesn't bother me any. But anyways, all that stuff aside, it's really not easy being on this side of things. I was in the Army for a short while, unfortunately, but the time that I was in, maybe, I don't want to call it the coddling or the hand-holding that the Army gives you, because they kind of do. And granted, they're yelling at you during the whole time, but they're kind of holding your hand too. But this side of things, no one's holding your hand. Not even your spouse, because they have more important things to worry about. Like, I have a whole bunch of medical stuff I have to take care of so that we can go overseas, just on myself. And I'm losing my mind over it, for the fact it's like, oh, I have to call some medical place, and when I call them, they say, hey, we can only look 2 hours ahead of the phone call. So that means once I call, they can only look into 2 hours ahead of that time frame. And if there's no opening, I have to wait 2 hours, call back, wait 2 hours, call back. It's a pain in the ass. And other than that, there's a few other things, like just being the male spouse, and like I mentioned earlier, the community, you can't really hang out with a whole lot of people, unless like the female spouses, like accept you pretty much, and I've pretty much come to terms that I'm not well accepted, except maybe by a slight few, which I'm fine with. This isn't our duty station, we're not going to be here permanently, that's elsewhere. So, but it still has been difficult, like emotionally and mentally. Like, get a job, that was the biggest plan for me when we got here, was I was going to get a job and, do my part, of course. But the hardest part was, I should say it was kind of my fault, because I shouldn't have said, hey, we're only here temporarily, so what can you do for me? No, I should have just said, hey, I need a job, this is my address, blah, 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 what can you give me? I even tried getting a part-time job as security at the local mall. I would have loved that. Part-time, full-time, for all I care. But I told them that, we're only here temporarily for the Air Force and whatnot, and I was shot down, and pretty much by that point, it was just disregard it. Just don't worry about it, stay home, take care of things. I'm thinking, okay, plenty of me time, but believe it or not, it gets old real fast. I have my custom built computer. I play games on it all the time. I have friends online. I have family members online that I play with. Still gets old. I have dogs that I play with. Only last for so long. And part of me is like, if my wife was to get pregnant already, I could have a little chillin' around here to mess with, and just dangle them by their feet and shake them a little bit. You know what I mean. But I'm just picturing that Mission Impossible tune, like doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo. And the wife walks in the door like, what are you doing? Nothing? Nothing? Anyways, no, it's just, we've been here for, well, I've lost track of how long we've actually been here, but the goal was to be here for roughly 6 months. Or not the goal, but the estimated time frame and all that fun stuff. But she's done with her classes, she's just waiting to take her Sec Plus, which apparently is making her AFI, which means she's awaiting further instructions, and we're just in a limbo right now. She's in limbo. We have no idea when she's taking Sec Plus. It could be in 2 weeks, could be in 4 weeks, could be in 6 weeks. Really? No, get up here, you're not getting my coffee. Dog thinks she's getting my coffee. No, you guys are not getting my coffee. Alright. So, my biggest problem was being alone for, not having the community, and it's gotten better, but I'd be lying if I said that I did not hit a low point at some point. Like, I was pretty depressed for a little while just because I felt like there was nothing I could do. There was nothing. The wife's gone all day. The only thing that I had to look forward to was literally dropping her off and getting her. Those were the highlights of my day because I was spending time with her. But things have worked out, and it wasn't anything to do with her. It was just up here. Just I had to get past a certain point and get used to things. But that's gonna happen. Like, you're going to be alone. You're gonna get lonely, and you just have to get past that point and look at the other things. That's like you're gonna see your spouse at the end of the day, and all that fun stuff. At least while they're in training, not deployments and TDYs aside. But there's that fun stuff, and then there's the aspect of I never thought I was that much of a jealous guy. Apparently I am. Her career field, it's mostly guys. I mean, there's a few females, but she's the only female separate. The only one. So when I show up, I'm literally the only guy with all the other fellow spouses. So when you find out, it's like, oh, here's a guy friend, here's a guy friend, here's a guy friend, another guy friend. It's just like, all right. So, what do they want? But I had to get past that awkward point that my wife was going to get friends who are guys. I couldn't get mad at that. I couldn't be jealous of that. I can say that, that is my wife. Don't be thinking things. And if you are thinking things, don't be trying to do things, more so to them. But, I almost want to say it's like a natural defense. It might not be for some people. Some people really don't care. Some people really care. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle, but I kind of lean towards more like I really, really, really care. Unfortunately, and it got real heavy. But I worked past that, and we have a really good guy friend, and we game. He'll come over, and we'll play League of Legends, we'll play FIFA, and a whole bunch of other games until like 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. If he's overnight, and it's like he's a good friend to me. I don't talk to him as much. She talks to him a lot more than I do. But then again, they go to school together, and it's just one of those things I had to get over. I had to get used to it, as awkward as it was at first. So it's not easy. And if anyone tells you it is, it's not. There's kinks that need to get worked out. I'm not even fully experiencing everything just yet. We're just in a training environment. She's in tech school. We're not even to the first duty station yet. So who knows what I'm going to see later. But it's just one of those things. It's not as easy as people make it out to be. It might become easier, but the process itself and being in that role, it's not easy. And I'm not going to be a damn dependa and say, it's the hardest job in the military because, I'm here all day taking care of the kids, I got my kids to take care of all day, and it's just so hard and all this stuff, and just, it's okay, honey, don't cry. Dishes today, all the dishes, there's like 2 cups and stuff, and a plate in there, and that damn fork had like eggs stuck in the middle and all that fun stuff, and just, no, just, I've lost my train of thought, so that's my bad. This might be a little bit longer than I was anticipating for, but this is probably just more so like a little bit of a rant / hey, sorry I've been gone for a while, and just letting people know it's not as easy as it's made out to be. It's definitely not the hardest job in the military because it's not a job in the military. So, and by the way, you don't wear your spouse's rank. As much as I might want to. There, have a good one. Peace.